Hey family, how y'all doing? Well, as you all already know, I'm the infamous Spiritual Nima. Okay, so everybody already know who I am. So guess what? I'm in a different location in the house. How about that? Sitting on my mom's antique sofa. Yes, this sofa is very, very old. I actually have a photo of my cousin, which is Ryan Howard's mother, when she was 3 years old, sitting on this sofa with my mother's mother, which would be my grandmother. And I have the sofa. I don't used to sit here because it has the spring coils in it, the old-fashioned springs. And I see where there's one spring that has actually collapsed on the because it's a chair and a complete sofa or full sofa that goes with it, and you can see the carving, the intricate carving there. So this is you don't really supposed to sit on antiques, but I'm just making this exception for right now. And so I want to do this video, and I'm going to be talking about energy vampires while I'm at it. Yes, I want to talk about energy vampires. You know who they are and where they come from. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I wanted to introduce you to this sofa, which you all remember that in the old house that I lived in the living room. Remember I had that painting up against the wall of the man. I got to put that. I'm not going to put that painting there. I'm going to put. I have a mirror that's going to go up there, and y'all. I don't know if y'all remember the old house, how I had it all decorated, but there will be a mirror that will go here, and it has two cherubims or cherubs. Oh yeah, cherubs, and they're meeting each other, like, cute, those cute little fat angels. And the mirror is an antique too, very, very expensive, and we have to actually mount a stud back here so that, because it's massive, so that it will not fall, so it'll be behind here. And as I'm putting all my furniture out and everything, isn't it really, really cute? I just need some pictures behind me, and which reminds me, trolls, stay behind me, okay? Always got to say that. And now, family, let's keep this circle tight. And I was just wondering, could I sing one song before I talk about these energy vampires, how they function, and how they feed, and where does the food go, okay? Because I've been really curious about that myself, because like I said, I have been a victim of a energy vamp here in real time. Honey almost put me to death. Hello? To death. I was giving up so much of my energy had been being pulled from my body. But I wanted to sing this one song right quick. I tell you, man, them vamps, honey, they'll kill you. Yeah, I just can't do them. And I'm going to tell you some of the warning signs of an energy vampire. Energy. That's what they want. They want energy. Okay? Now, here we go. Hope I got some sound here real quick. Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. My love is blind. Can't you see my desire? That's the way love goes. I think I know how this goes. Do I know how love goes? Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. My love is blind. Can't you see my desire? Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. My love is blind. Can't you feel my desire? We're gonna let them do that part. Ooh. me, don't you worry. I'm gonna make you crazy. I'll give you the time of your life. I'm gonna take you places you've never been before. You'll be so happy that you came. Ooh, I'm gonna take you there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's the way love goes. 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 Don't mind if I light a candle. I like to watch us play. Baby, I've got on what you like. Come closer, baby, closer. Reach out and feel my body. I'm gonna give you all my love. Ooh. Okay, anyways. That's enough. I just wanted to do that for Janet. I don't know. I sucked at that. Okay, Janet. Because I know that Janet is getting ready to do a concert, and I want to get a ticket, y'all. I want to see Janet Jackson. I want to see how this 51-year-old looks after shedding those pounds, after having a baby boy, okay? I want to see if she can really do those moves. And besides, I love Janet. Look, I want to talk about energy vampires, okay? Dealing with an energy vampire is a very serious business, okay? Very serious. I think what's most dangerous is when you're dealing with a vamp. You know, people that are you know, victim of a vampire and not realize that they are dealing with an energy vampire, okay? They can steal lots of resources from you. Not only just, okay, you're just talking about your energy, because I really feel like we got so much energy reserved in our bodies, and we need to use them resourcefully. You understand what I'm saying? When you're dealing with the vamp, this energy vamp, you have to really be careful. And once you realize that's what you're dealing with, because a lot of people don't know why they're drained, they're tired, they're sleepy, they have no clue what is going on, why it feels like you're just carrying a load on your shoulder, and you just don't know what is going on, why some of the people you may care about, when you're around them, you feel really sleepy and you just feel like you just can't go on. You don't know what is going on. Because, a lot of people are in hospitals and doctor's offices and stuff, and in psychiatric units, because they have been affected by vampires. Do the energy vampire know they are vamps? Do they know what is going on? A lot of them don't know, and a lot of them know what they're doing, because you got some who are just totally unaware of what a lot of them do not realize, how they take a toll on other people's situations, their living situations. You know what I'm saying? Take a toll on these people, as far as the relationships and stuff like that they have with these people, because they're either asking for money, or they're just people who are just, every time you turn around, they want you to do a whole lot of things, or just listen to a whole lot of problems. So a lot of them don't realize, that they are taking. Now, when I say they don't realize they're taking, they do not realize the value of what they're taking, okay? That's what I mean, and it's not innocent. I think to some degree, every single energy vampire is aware, you understand what I'm saying, that they are getting over on people. You see what I'm saying? It's the ones that will not acknowledge the fact that, they are taking resources and do not want to replenish them, that makes it very difficult for some people who may be an energy vampire at the moment and really need assistance, because to some degree we all will be energy vampires some point in our lives. We will, especially if we're sick and we're ill and we're depending on the people we love to help us, or we're depending on we're depending on assistance. You know what I'm saying? So we all will go that and go in that direction. But we need to know that we have to compensate people. The problem is, in that moment when you are needy, and you fail to realize that these people, their reserves have to be replenished, and you're not being appreciative of it. Just saying thank you, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for the love, I couldn't have done it without you, or here's a piece of change, or let me replace what I've taken. You give me your gurus right there. Them your gurus. Your gurus are usually the ones that, feel as if though they do not have to, you know what I'm saying, replace what they've taken from you. And I say, my motto is always pay. Well, I don't know if it's going to be bartering and trading. I don't know if it's just replacing what you're taking, or giving people a piece of change. I don't know what, that would be for you and that vampire, or that vampire and the one who is opening up their home, which is your vessel, your body, you know what I'm saying? Whatever resources you have, your assets. It's just between the two of you all, because if that's not replaced, okay, then you wind up with a deficit, and a deficit will leave you feeling so fucking drained. So now you got an idea of these vampires. Most of these vampires, they really enjoy, looking at a whole lot of bullshit that drag them down, bring them down, and they call you up so that they can, leave it with you, and then go on as if though, my whole life is, back in check right now. I can move on, and you're left toting the mess. And if you're an empathic person like me, we tend to not have a place to discard that. I always encourage people to get out in nature, because, like I say, the beauty of greenery is very forgiving and loving of you. Okay, just make sure you're not ingesting just anything that's out there that's green, because some things are poisonous. But just grounding yourself in nature, taking off your shoes and just planting your feet in the solid ground, and even just going to a lake or something like that, and just putting your feet in a lake or an ocean will replenish and cleanse you. Just looking at the vastness, you understand, of the greatness of earth will help to replenish what has been taken from you. Now, once you figure out you have been victim of an energy vampire, you're now in a situation where you must protect and guard yourself. Okay, that's me just swishing my feet around on hardwood floors. That's what you're hearing. So now you're in a position where it's time to guard yourself. Okay, guarding yourself is making sure you have your defense system up. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because I myself have fallen victim, okay, in a sense, also volunteering to a energy vampire. Okay, so that's why I'm talking about this matter. Once you figure out these people, and I can just look at people. I don't know about you, and I can tell who's a vamp. And usually vampires, they tend to be decrepit in some kind of a way. Maybe one leg longer than the other one's, butt jacked up in the air on one side. Their body is very crooked and deformed. Now that's one good way. Now I'm not saying all people, because some people may have been, in some circumstance where they may have had an injury or something. I'm not talking about those people, or some people who were born that way. Or, I'm talking, you can tell a vamp when you see them, because like I say, they really look like they have been used, because they're usually very, very, you can see a lot of wrinkly things on their lips or something, and you can see a lot of it in eyes. And I'm just not saying growing old, but you can tell, I'm not just talking about that, because some people are just growing old. I'm just saying there's going to be a telltale sign. You're going to see something about this person that looks like that something is sucking and drawing some source from them. And I'm gonna get real deep with this right here, because I got plenty of time to talk about that. And so we're not gonna talk about the vampires. I know it's harsh for some people, because some people are in a situation where they may be involved in a car accident, or they may be down on their luck and they've lost a job and they really need a helping hand to get up on their feet. Usually these people are not the people that plan on just continuously, being in a needy position. They do plan on getting up on their feet and getting themselves in a situation where they can see about themselves, okay? But I'm talking about the people who are down there, and for some strange reason, I think they enjoy being down there, and they don't plan on, stepping up, as long as they can, hitch a ride on you and allow you to I guess, act as a mule. You see what I'm saying? Or a horse to just take them around. So you got to get that shit straight. But these people, especially the gurus, they're just from place to place. And like I say, they're constantly needing this and they're constantly needing that. And it's just like there's no limit of what they will ask for, no limit as to how far they will go until you put the brakes on them, okay? And it can go so many different ways. It could be money. They just need money all the time, or they just need you on the phone, listening to their problems. Usually the gurus are not interested in what's going on in your day. You can bring it to their attention. They'll pretend like, oh yeah, well, how have you been? But they can't wait to get to a point where they can just, open up the garbage disposal and just drop it off on you, So you can tell it's not genuine when they say, hey, look, well, how have you been? Because they just run straight over you while you're talking about your situation, because you can tell they can't wait to get their own. And you can tell when someone really is taking an interest in you're taking an interest in your, gosh, I can't even think of the name. Gosh, you can tell when someone is taking an interest in your well-being, okay? Because you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're empathic. But these people, they don't care. They're just calling you because it's a lot of things, you understand, that they want to get off of their shoulders. They need some places to drop off baggage, okay? The worst guru you can deal with, energy vampire guru, is an old one, because these people carry around a lot of baggage, and you can find yourself in a real bad situation if you're listening to an older person, you know what I'm saying, drag you from pillar to post with their issues. So I think you kind of got an idea of what's going on. Pay attention to them. They usually have addictions. They may have addictions to certain foods, or, certain compounds, or addictions to cigarette smoking, or addictions to alcohol, or addictions to methamphetamines, or addictions to something. And the reason why they have addictions to these different substances is because there is something driving them. There is something driving them, something that some unseen force, you understand, that needs the energy, okay? And they're not able to get it off, so they have made some kind of deal, unwillingly or unknowingly or knowingly, to go out to get and to recruit more energy for this force. And I know I've already talked about this situation. I've tackled a lot of things in these almost 10 years. So You may have seen me saying some things about the situation, but I just want to talk about it. That energy that you are missing, the fact that you feel like you have worked a 12-hour shift on your feet all day long with no break, is because something is being taken from you, your energy field, from you, your biosphere, your solar plexus. Something is being removed and used for some selfish situation between this person and this force that is once again driving them. So you best better believe you understand what I'm saying. What is being taken from you, you won't be getting it back, and so that's why a lot of people wind up once again. These people have been affected by these forces. Okay, just think about it. If you need this energy, if you need these energies, these forces are gonna make it happen and get you to some people that's going to feed you so that you can feed them. So that's why you have to have your radars open. And once you have have your radars on, because once you realize what you're dealing with, if you don't want to wind up in a hospital or in an institution or just racking up bills in doctor's offices, because these doctors can't help you with this type of stuff. Now, you can tell them all day you drain. We'll give you some B12, take some vitamin supplements. That's not going to replace whatever this force is taken away from you, okay? So, and see, you signing up for a deal with something that you may not necessarily, you understand, be willing to want to be a part of. I want to make my decision whether or not I want to be a part of this supernatural force that is eating you, and I know you all saying, how do these people get in these situations, these energy vampires? How do they get in these situations? Well, some of it is generational curses, because these forces can do a lot of dangerous things to the host. Sometimes that's what may account for, homicides, suicides, what I'm saying, rape, what I'm saying, because these forces may just want to have a lot of sex and take sex from innocent people, or it may just want to, create havoc and home wreck. It's just, the possibilities of what they want is just endless. And like I say, generational curses can be responsible. Whose company that you are in, and who are you having sex with? See, a lot of the times when we are having sex with people, we're having sex with unseen forces. Say for instance, I meet this new man. I got to pop my ears open. Been having trouble with sinuses. And it's something that is drawing him to me, and something about me drawing him to him, and it could be because I may be needy in a sense, just wanting some love, want somebody paying some attention to me, and he sees my vulnerability and he sees an opportunity to feed something to his forces, you understand? And so I'm caught up in this now. I have joined a union with this man, and actually I have signed up to be a part of him and his minions or his legions, and it's hard to get out of some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So now there are receptors here within me, and I have these plugs plugged into me. So these, anytime they want, even though me and this man, we may not even see each other for the next 15, 20 years, may not see each other ever again. Now, I ain't plugged into him, and he can just draw whatever energy he wants from me to feed to these beings, to these beasts, so to speak. So be very careful who you're sleeping with. Now, there are some women out there that they have like this huge magnetic field of energy that can feed such a hierarchy. And you got to know what type of girl you are, or woman you are. You got to know if you have what it takes to be with these particular people, okay? Usually women with that type of energy, they know right off the bat what they're dealing with, and they're not going to necessarily put themselves in a situation like that. So you got to be able to look out and discern for who, you understand, is out to steal your energy. You got to know. Now, we don't mind doing that for our family members and our loved ones, if they're, in a situation where they really need some help. We don't mind helping these people. But when we got people that may just be, complete strangers, or people we know for sure, oh, this is my buddy over here, this is a friend of mine, every time she calls, man, it's like I got to sleep for a whole week or two. So, oh gosh, let me avoid her. You're not necessarily you're not necessarily expected to avoid the situation. It's best to not be passive aggressive with these people when you're dealing with people who do this for a living. You have to be very upfront with them and not wait until the situation is so bad that you blow up. Now, I have a habit of doing that, and I'm cautioning you all not to go in that direction. You need to set some boundaries for these people, And if you're in a situation like this and you just don't know how to get yourself out of a situation like this, I'm just telling you right now to put the brakes on them before they rob you of everything you have. If you find a person that don't have a car, or don't have a home, or they don't have anything, I hate to say it, you have to avoid these people. You can't move them in your homes. You cannot co-sign for them cars. You cannot give them your credit card. You cannot loan them money. Know how to discern who to help and who not. If you bring these people in your house, they will have you where you won't have a house. If you ride them around in your car, it's a very good chance your car may just break down on you and you don't have a car, okay? Because it's something that is jinxing their situation, and you best better believe they're going to jinx yours too. So you need to be very cautious, okay, with these people, okay? There's an old statement my mama used to say, when you see a nigga down, leave him down there. And for a minute there, she would always say that, and I didn't know why she was saying that. I never asked, because, honey, she was like, children need to be seen and not heard, but at the same time, too, if you see a nigga down, leave him down there. That was her statement and her motto, you understand? And she really meant what she said, and I'm starting to see what she's talking about, too. They have guilt trips. The vampire has a guilt trip. People don't help each other anymore. That's one of their favorite quotes. Look up all of the different quotes of an energy vampire, okay? So that when you hear these quotes, you can run for your life, because you don't want to be homeless. You don't want to be in a situation where you don't have a car. You don't want to lose your man. You got a man up in there, vamp come in there, female woman, vamp come up in there and steal all your shit, steal your children, steal your husband, steal your house. Because there's been some situations where women have been put out on the street trying to help a bitch, and guess what? The bitch ran off with her husband. Excuse my French. But so you want to be in a position where you always on the winning team. Hello? And you ain't going to be winning if you got a vamp in your house. One of their favorite quotes is, people don't want to help folks anymore. I don't like the word help. It just doesn't suit just anybody. Help is for victims. Okay? The word help is for the disabled and for victims. Okay? Always know that. So be careful when you utter the words help. Help also means, for a lot of people, putting yourself on the line and sacrificing yourself for whatever needs they have. Some of those needs are very selfish. So that's what help can mean. I'm going to help you. You understand what I'm saying? Get your ass out the mud, out of the quicksand. So while you pulling this person out of the quicksand, they may just pull you in the quicksand with them. I'm going to put my arm down there on the cliff down there, y'all. I've been painting. so that I can pull you up off the cliff and you won't fall off the cliff. And you may just pull me down there with you. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's what help means. So I'm not too quick to help people, because help means sacrificing yourself on the altar for a situation this particular person may deserve to be there. You know, some people that are in these situations where they've lost everything may need to be there for a minute. It may be a whooping, an ass whooping that they deserve. And to put yourself in that situation is to receive that ass whooping too. There's so many folks dead because they was trying to what? Help somebody. I like the word assist. Okay? And that's setting boundaries. I can assist you if I want to, energy vampire. But I will not help you. Okay? When you, my nose is stuffy, y'all. When you are setting boundaries, know when to say, no, I can't do it. Can I spend the night at your house? No, you cannot. Don't be afraid to say no. People, we have been taught to say yes because of brainwashing, okay, and conditioning. The church and the schools, the institutions have taught us to always put ourselves on the altar and say yes. Learn to say no. No, I cannot let you borrow my car. You understand? No, I cannot allow you to stay in my house for another 4 or 5 weeks. No, I cannot. There's been situations where people have, allowed people to come in for a minute, and they have taken those folks' houses, and you can't put people out. They got laws and stuff. Those people have laws and stuff to protect their rights too. So somebody may just be coming up in there to move you out so that they can stay in there. So if you got people living in your house and they've been there for months and months and months, talking about they're going to get an apartment such and such day, and they ain't got there yet, and they ain't giving you no money, they eating up all your food and everything, it's time to get them out of there. And that's when the cayenne peppers come into place. Anyways, y'all, this ends this video. I just wanted to just do something and for a minute for y'all, and I'll be back the next go around. Okay, bye bye. And if you need help, 205-265-0391. Okay, bye bye. Hey, assistance if you need assistance.